In this increasingly fast-paced, pressured, technology-focused world, where do you go to refresh your spirit and restore your soul? For thousands of years, people have sought refuge in meditation gardens, specially designed spaces that tap the healing power of nature and the wisdom of ancient contemplative traditions to help visitors slow down, look within, and see life from a different perspective. Now, one of these intriguing gardens has taken root at the University of Maryland College Park.
And it won't necessarily provide all the answers, but it'll provide space. And that in and of itself can transform you, because you've had a chance to come apart and to think and to be.
In many respects, the garden is the culmination of a lot of ideas that probably had their birth in the fall of 2001. We all, like the nation, wrestled with September 11th and its aftermath.
Yesterday, our world changed, and probably forever.
The university community came together on the 12th of September in the middle of McKeldin Mall, and we had 15,000 stems of flowers that lined the fountain in the middle of McKeldin, and it became this holy place, this sacred space. And then Virginia Tech reminded us all how fragile we really are as a community, as individuals, that said to us there could and should be a space on campus where anyone, a community member, a student, a family member, could come and feel like this is a place where I can remember, where I can reflect on those things that might be troubling me or those joys that are present in my life. We went to the TKF Foundation and asked them for help. They were doing some terrific healing gardens in Baltimore and Washington. They gave us a very generous grant.
Somehow nature, we don't understand why, I don't think, really has a calming effect on us. And so it gives an opportunity for people to surface those things that are on their mind, but are oftentimes put out of their mind in their daily lives. And I think that a reflective place on a university campus can be a very powerful and effective tool.
When we first started this, we decided we needed to engage the community fully. So we engaged people from all corners of the campus. We decided to use student designers because it would give them an opportunity to sort of help us to envision it, but it would also give us an opportunity to teach.
The site selected for the project was a beautiful slope next to the university's Memorial Chapel, an interfaith structure built in the 1950s to honor those who had lost their lives serving the country.
It is already identified in many people's minds as a place apart and a place to retreat to think, to have that quiet moment. And so the garden is a logical extension of the way the Memorial Chapel already functions.
The location next to that dell, which is that big open space, is really pretty fabulous. So you get this opportunity to look beyond, maybe see a horizon, get a sense of the sky, get a bigger picture of where you are.
We were in great uniformity with some design elements. We really thought there was the need to speak of the multiple faith traditions on campus. How could we represent that? We thought that we wanted water there because there was great symbolism in water. There was a beautiful outdoor room with the trees in existence, and we wanted to make sure to preserve. We also knew that we wanted the labyrinth. The labyrinth was going to be a critical element of this.
A labyrinth is one path in and out. Although it may look like a maze, it is one path. I don't know that we know who designed them, and I don't know that we know what they were for. What we know is that across all cultures and religious traditions, this particular archetypal pattern has emerged. One of the reasons why some people walk labyrinths is that it's a relaxing walking exercise. Ultimately, what happens is the labyrinth helps to calm the mind so that the deep wisdom that's already within us is able to come forward.
We also have the inclusion of the Vietnam Memorial, which is another connecting point for people who might reflect on events in our history as a people, as a nation. And so this is another touchstone.
The benches are in every place that TKF funds, and it is a central part of the idea as a place for reflection in these spaces.
Starting in the summer of 2010, crews transformed the quiet hillside site into a series of enticing meditation spaces, adorned with fountains, seating areas, and greenery. And in late October, supporters gathered to celebrate the garden's long-anticipated opening. The dedication was an emotional moment for those who'd been involved from the start. The dedication was also a chance for student designers to savor their contribution.
It really is nice having a place on campus that is intimate in the sense that you can bring yourself, you can ground yourself again. Because, you know, you can't do that in McKeldin Mall.
The garden speaks to visitors in a variety of ways.
It's a sensory experience, right? We're hearing birds and animals, we're seeing things that we wouldn't see indoors. There are smells. The labyrinth is lined with time. It puts us very much inside our bodies in a way that being in a classroom or being somewhere else can't.
And one of the most intriguing aspects of the garden is that it somehow seems to offer up experiences and metaphors geared to the visitor's particular needs.
We're constantly faced with life decisions, especially as students. It's, do I take this class, do I take this class? How do I balance social life, academics, all of those things? As I started walking through the labyrinth, it was very calming. All of a sudden, I didn't have to think about deciding, do I go right or left? I just had to follow the path in front of me.
And I think it gives me access to what's going on in me, which I don't always know. A lot of times I'm the last person to know what's going on with me. And if I feel like dancing, I will. And if I feel like running or walking really fast, I will. Because it's just letting what's in out.
Journals at each of the garden's benches invite users to deepen and share their experiences of this mystical space.
One of the derivatives of the word sacred from Greek is safe, safety. So that you're in a safe place, you know that you can express yourself at the deepest level. So that is the very special opportunity that the journal provides. And somehow that gives them a sense of healing merely by writing it down.
And just being in a place where a person has an expectation of healing can trigger the release of soothing chemicals in the brain.
So when we enter a place like, for example, Lourdes or places that are famous for healing, there is that expectation because of the legend and the story and the belief that comes with that place. And it can be the same with any space, like, for example, the University of Maryland garden. If there is an area in that garden that the students and the faculty all know is sacred, then it certainly contributes to that feeling of peace when you enter the place.
Whatever the source of its power, this inspired garden has the potential to change the campus in ways both subtle and profound.
My big hope for the garden is that people will find it, that place of quiet, will find the labyrinth a place of self-discovery. I really think it's in these times apart that you find out who you are. And that is always a major question at this time of life for students. Who am I? Where am I going? How do I fit in to this larger creation? And this is all things that the garden is designed to help people walk through, discover.